Let's see what we need to do. We need to fix a couple of things. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Whoa, it worked. Oh, it worked. Okay. So let's make sure that we share this to everybody else. Hello everybody, my name is Charles. Welcome to the stream. We're just gonna keep making art today, just pretty much like last time. Okay, we gotta go do this. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what we can do. So, got a lot of setup today, so do all that too. I'm still rocking a cold. Kind of hear it, and I'm not super sick, but it's there. Oh no. And that's what you're gonna hear for the entire stream. It's just hello. Let's see. So yeah, we got a couple of stuff that I want to do in the hour or two. So as you can see, we got a couple of stuff. So my personal project for this year, or for this month, is going to be on couples. So I got a couple of people from Facebook and on Twitter and Instagram hit me up, and so they've given me a couple of these photos, and they're pretty cool. I mean, I dig them. Like, look at these. Like, they're so cute. So these are just really awesome photos that we're gonna go play around with today. So I'm just gonna try and figure out to see if glitching works out, or maybe the melting thing would probably work out the best. So we're gonna try and figure that out right now. Aww. So we're gonna go start with them. This is Scott and Judy. They're my two closest friends. They're really wonderful, and so we're gonna try and figure out what to do with them. As you can see, that you can see on this side right here, I put a posterized because it was really small pictures, and I think that's the challenge that you're gonna see. And then you're gonna meet along the way while I do all that. And hi everybody, hi Hannah, hi Fonso, nice to see you. So again, like, the challenge that you're gonna get when you're trying to get photos like these is that they're very small, since, you know, like, you could tell that some of them were taken by just like with a phone camera. Some of them weren't on nice DSLR cameras and everything too, and then these ones would probably either be on a phone or maybe from like a photo booth. So you should be able to kind of see the quality as it goes from there. And I do it on an 11 by 17 11 by 17 canvas right now. It's on 300 dpi, so even more so, it gets significantly smaller. So I stretch them out, and then I added posterize, because for the interest of what we're going to be doing, we're going to go glitch them out and everything too. It makes these weird effects, and I've been doing that with a lot of other photos that get really small, and then I put them really big, and so I add posterize to do all that. So it's going to make really wicked colors as we go about it. So first things first, I'm not sure if I'll keep it at 10. So as you keep increasing the level for posterize, you'll see that it becomes more of the original photo. It still makes those little poster marks, and it's still kind of blurry, but so that's why we keep it at a low number. I usually keep it around 10, just so we have that posterize look to it, or vectorized look. So cool. We're gonna see what we got. So first we're gonna go and see if I can just work with this image. So I'm gonna go copy that, and I'm gonna go merge these so we just have it as just a posterized thing, and let's see if we can make their color. So they were telling me that their favorite color was blue. Unfortunately, I didn't ask everybody. I should have been smarter with this. Their favorite color is blue, so together we're going to see if we can mesh them up and see what kind of blues we get, and maybe make weird things as we go about it, and see how we can mesh them all together so that, like, they look different as we kind of melt them all out and doing everything from there too. So yeah, we got all that kind of working on. But who am I chatting with? I'm not. Wait, am I chatting with? I don't know how to work this. So I'm chatting with everybody here. I see Hannah and I see Fonso. So hi Hannah, hi Fonso. Got a couple people watching there too, so if you're watching and participating, we'd love to see you in the chat. So very cool. Glad to see you guys are watching all of this too. So really appreciate it. I love doing all these things on a daily basis. So to be able to do this to be able to do a live stream on a weekly basis is really fun. Being able to do it, being able to do it with the time that I have. School has been kicking my butt. Like school is just straight up like, yeah, no, it hasn't let up at all. It's been really cool. Stuff that we're learning is just so intensive, and you have to be very precise about the stuff that you do for graphic design. Like for example, we had to do a logo, and everything just has to be right. Like it has to come to your audience, making sure that everything works out, all those kind of types of things, and just making it work from there. It's great, but it's killing me. Hold on, let's see. Before we do that, I'm gonna go copy that. By the way, if for anybody interested in the music, this is from my good friend Forerunner. He does a lot of really awesome music, so I thank him for allowing me to even use some of his music for my stream. So Daniel, if you're watching this, thank you. I love you. So we're just getting started. I'm just trying to mess around to see what I can get within like 10 minutes or so. So since we have like a lot of them in the list right here, so let's see what we can get. So so far I'm liking how this kind of glitches out, and see what would happen if I started moving pieces apart and then later on add a glitch, and how that would work out from there too. So and for anybody interested, I also have a Discord channel. I put it on Facebook, on Twitter, so if you want to keep me company, so I'm not the only one talking here, I'd love that. I'd love that a lot. Let's see. Okay, so we keep moving a lot of these parts. Let's see where we can take this. Let's shoot Scott up. Kind of not being able to see Scott, so maybe we can leave a little bit of information to make sure that we see. Because we sort of kind of see Scott, and we sort of kind of see a Judy, and so I kind of like that. Kind of like how that's working. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we merge that and see what happens if we started. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can add a little bit of a layer to it. So there we go. Ooh, look at that. Now different colors are starting to pop up, because as you make the layer or make the filter for like a soft light, it just kind of adheres to whatever colors are there. So it's making a lot of these weird colors, and it's starting to kind of double up on, like for example, if you look at Judy's right here, you'll see that it's like doubled up on the vision here. Really more my style, but we're gonna try and figure out how we can make this look more coupley and lovey-dovey, or maybe not. Maybe I don't want it to look lovey-dovey. So we'll try and figure out how to make this work. Let's see. Okay, so let's try and double this up. So normally what I would do is I take out the background layer, and that way I can, what will happen is there's certain shortcuts where you can actually just add a stamp. So normally it would take out all the layers, and then I would just do Control Shift Alt E, or I think it's Command Shift Option E on Mac, and that makes a stamp. So it stamps out anything that is visible in that given moment. So in this case, the only thing that was visible when I was doing it was just those two layers, and so when I put them back together, it's like we never took them all out. So yeah. So let's see what we can do with this, and see if we can just liquefy this one. Unfortunately, what I don't like about the current way that I'm trying to work with liquefy is that it doesn't show it on the stream. So I'm gonna do this as quick as I can. So and I might not be really satisfied with this. Normally what I would do is that I would start off and just kind of spend a good hour or so just trying to work out the kinks for liquefy. I usually take my time with it. Been pretty quick with it over the past few days, but yeah, let's try to make this really quick. So I'm dragging as much as I can, just so you guys can see it for effect, and so we can get a really good visual going here. No, I don't want to do that. So yeah, so like with liquefy, what I would usually do is I just drip them down. I just drip them all the way down, because you know never mind. I'm just gonna we're not gonna make those jokes today, although we should. Let's see. So yeah, I just try to drip them up as much as possible to make like these layered effects, and then what I would do is try to figure out like if the drip looks great, then I usually put them at the back, and it just kind of works out from there. So like you make more of the you make more of the glitch come out. And so right now it's returning everything. It's trying to render everything that I glitched out. If I'm not satisfied with it, at least we made a stamp of it. So if I don't like it, I'll just take it out. I don't have to go through and cry about it for 5 minutes and then try to reverse my way out of it. I can just take out the layer, I can work from there, and revert back. So even beforehand. So that's why I do a lot of layers as much as I can. So this is pretty much what I would try to do. So you can see I have dripped a couple of parts in there, and so you're starting to see that they're kind of meshing in together. Some things that I would think about as I'm doing this is I'd probably close in the gap so it kind of makes a weird abstract heart shape, so that it just kind of meshes in together, and we'll see how like those two colors start to mesh up. So what would happen is, or I'm curious what would happen if I started bringing back that old gradient and in the middle added that same orange, and looks cool. It's starting to kind of integrate together with the piece, but it's a little too strong. So we're gonna try and make sure that we kind of separate it and kind of make it more out. So yeah, that kind of like that. So we're gonna add that to this one, and I want to find out if it's on top. So right now, considering that it's at the very top, if you can see on my my right hand side, and like I'm moving my mouse right there, I want to see if I added a filter or if I just dropped down the opacity, if it still looks good with the existing glitches that I have. So maybe I added an overlay. So you can see that those are pretty cool colors and everything too, but the difference of like the strong, like it's just so strong that it does over there too. So I'm thinking of a couple ideas of what we might want to do. This is pretty cool too, seeing how like it just kind of washes out. Like I was in photography class when I was trying to figure this out. I was trying to develop a contact sheet, and so you would have to put it in like a bunch of different chemicals, different chemistries, and what happened was that I guess some of the chemistry didn't go into the paper exactly, and so what ended up was this huge white blob that just kind of looks like these right here. Like it just looked like that, so I couldn't even see any of my photos. It just looked like a mess, and I was just like, should I keep this? Do I want this? I don't know. But I have to do it again, so I have to go to school on Tuesday and just, work harder. So this is a little bit more closer. I kind of like it, considering that it's as saturated as I want it to be with the visual, working with all those types of things. Maybe I would want to just kind of dripped out this part right here, so you see more of that strong visual. Ooh, that kind of looks cool too, but it's kind of a little darky. That's looking cool too. So, but lots of different ways for us to do all these things, but I guess for the purpose of finishing out, I kind of like the, no, what was that? Yeah, I kind of like how this is working, so, and I want to find out if moving that, yeah, so if moving this right here adds like a certain layer of it too, so I kind of like how that's working. So we can even now move that soft light filter that we had earlier on, and now it kind of acts on its own accord, so it's adding yet another layer of color as it's going around. So I kind of wanted closer to Judy's eyes and Scott's eyes, so it just kind of looks like, it's very disorienting. I like that. I like that a lot. So I kind of don't like how it's dark in these areas. I'm gonna have to try and figure out whether if I need to glitch it again, or maybe I need to dial down this hard light into something else completely. Sorry. Let's see. So we might actually even work with this, or we might just go back to the hard light and just dial back the opacity to go back. So around maybe 40. So something like that. I'm maybe gonna think this over and see how that's gonna work out, but for the most part that's probably what we're gonna stick with. And so you'll see a lot of these things. I'm gonna be posting them on Instagram, and I'm gonna be posting them on Twitter and Facebook too, so let me know what you think. If you have like amazing stuff that I would love to see, like, go ahead and tag me. I would be happy to see any of your work, because I just love glitching stuff up. So I mean, why not, right? So we're gonna go save this and see where we're gonna work from here too. So next one is my friend Kyle and Pat. Pat is it's actually Pat. So Pat is this one. If you didn't know, unless her name was Kyle, I'm not sure. But I've known her for 13 years. Has it really been 13 years, Pat? Oh my God, we're so old. I've known her for 13 years, and it's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Pat! You can see it on stream. Oh wow! And so. It's not really much of a surprise anymore, but this is what we're going to be working on. Happy birthday. And so I'm going to try to see if I can glitch you and Kyle together. And so they're so cute and they're so nerdy. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. I'm going to try to see what we can do from there. So let's see. I want... What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Let's try different colors. So I just want to see if I can just find the right color that would work for them. So again, I would copy this and making sure we just kind of retain the original image in case I fuck up, and I usually do. So let's see. Too strong, too strong. Wow, no. Wow, 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 wow. Let's see. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, we will. I want to see what happens if we got, since our color is red purplish, I want to see more of like a greenish kind of come out. And let's see. Yeah, it's kind of good. It's a little too harsh. So that purple may be also too harsh, so we might dial it back to red. Or not. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh no. As you can tell, I'm really terrible with color theory. I usually just mess around with colors just because I like to keep it, I want to keep it trippy, but I should study color theory. And the fact that I'm colorblind doesn't really help. You know, sad life, sad life. Anybody want to do an ASMR of this? Fonso, Jacob, please do. Let's see. Maybe we can take out the blue actually and see what happens if we just do it with green. Yeah, I guess that works out. Yeah. Not really digging the. Let's see. Maybe closer to teal. So. Or what I could do is, since maybe we might not work with a gradient map, maybe what you might work with is a bunch of overlays. So, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So let's see. Was that the lighten fix? No, it was the darken one. Okay. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the gradient map, add this, do this, and then that's kind of cool. I kind of dig that. But first we have to find a color. So. Maybe a violet would look good. So cool. Yeah. So yeah, that analogous color scheme is working for them. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Let's see. We dive more back into the red, and so kind of give them a pinkish color. Yeah, I kind of dig that. It's kind of trippy and glitchy. So now, since you know they're all about being nerdy and all that kind of stuff, what I would want to do is something a little bit special for them too. So we're still gonna encase it in this rectangle, but what I want to do is start messing around along with the type, and so we're gonna start with just the verticals, and so start moving them around the piece. So I'm gonna do it really fast here. I'm gonna do it much faster. So if I just moved it like this. What are we listening to? It ended up becoming my deep internet post, or my deep internet playlist on Spotify. I call it deep internet because it just gets really weird and really dank. Sometimes even I don't know where it leads me to. As you can tell. So, all right, let's go back to Forerunner. Jeez Louise, my life. So this is pretty cool. I've never pondered about moving it with the type, and so this is creating quite bitchin' effect. Like, looks dope. So, and then what I might want to do is add yet another layer of glitching, and so I'm just doing it really fast. And then of course for the people that are going to be receiving a lot of these prints, and so I will be giving them prints out for these just because I mean it's past Valentine's Day, but for the people that are, you know, have so gracefully like just given me these photos to work with, I would gladly just give them like these pieces and put them out and frame them up for a print too. I'm also thinking about maybe giving some. I have a couple of prints that I would love to give away, and so I'll probably be giving out giveaways throughout March or so. So stay tuned for that. If you want to get some of my prints and you want to go get them at a pretty decent price, like feel free to take that opportunity. I'll be happy to like send that your way. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And so let's see. I want to move. They're starting to get like very unrecognizable to the point where it's like getting. You're starting to not recognize what it is. And I'm kind of liking how it's passing a little bit of the margin, so we're gonna do that too. So yeah, screw convention. We're just gonna move it. Fuck off. Let's see. Moving that too. Yeah. Fuck you, convention. Let's see. Okay, so we could probably exaggerate that a little bit more, but you know, for the interest of time, we're probably just gonna stick it right here too. So again, like what I would want to do now is take another layer of like that same image, do a softer light on it, and you see how it's kind of adding more of a layer to it. But I would like to find out. So red purple would be more of like tealish. So we're gonna try and figure out like if we just did either the complementary like colors that would be, or you know, a complementary scheme to this, and see how that would affect the overall tone or the mood of the piece, and see how that kind of works out. So let's see. Yeah, it's coming out pretty cool. So maybe we might add a little bit more instead of a blue. And so. And if you could tell, as I'm moving a lot of the components, you're not able to see it on my screen, but as you're seeing it, essentially like as I'm moving a lot of my dials on my gradient map, they're actually giving out an orange color instead of a blue. Like on my thing, it just shows like blue and greens and everything, but I'm moving them as I go, and so it's creating a really good mesh of colors. So we might not want soft light, maybe we might want something else that kind of shows more of that blue. So that's exactly what I was talking about, like how it's actually those colors. And so, ooh, solid. It's so solid. So maybe adding more of the white. And then we're gonna probably dial back on their colors. So, in this way, or we're gonna dial back a little bit of their colors, because essentially like that's exactly what happened. I'm adding warmer colors into it, so now you're seeing more of the red. I'm adding cooler colors like green, and it's giving more of that yellow tone. So we're gonna dial that back, and so we're gonna try and give what we just glitched out back to its original form and glory. So let's see. Yeah, so we got that. Okay, and we're gonna try to see if we just bumped it back to like 70. No, it's like a little too bright. So maybe about 90. And so, and then what I would do again is glitch another layer of that. And so we want to get Kyle's eyes. He's got your eyes. I got your eyes, son. Then we get Pat's eyes. We move them out too. I mean, glitch the fuck out of this thing. And so we start moving stuff around. And so you'll see, since it's on a vivid light filter, that as I move these pieces around, you'll get to see that there's like different highlights that kind of pop out, and those work in some areas. Those work sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't. And so just to kind of give a comparison, if I did it on pen light, it will do the original colors, whereas does it with vivid light, it kind of meshes out like an overlay, and just kind of give a comparison. Overlay, yeah. And so we would need like more and more layers of that overlay for it to work. So we're gonna stick to vivid light, and I kind of like the highlights that it does. So moving pieces along. And so I wonder if I just downloaded this video and just fast forwarded, I wonder what would happen, and be like, oh, it's the Charles live stream, but every time I say you you fast forward it. It goes faster. Oh no. And I say it a lot. Oh Jesus, I should really practice that. See, it just see. So kind of like that, and so I still need to figure out how to make sure that we really bring out the flavor and really make sure we bring out the portraits. So they're starting to become very unrecognizable. So maybe what would happen? So what we would have to do is go back again, add that layer, make sure that this is bright. So we might have to dial it back up. And so I usually just do a levels or brightness to kind of bring it back into form. And let's see, so that's kind of working from there too. So we're gonna go finish this out in a bit. So we're gonna go do that, and then we're just gonna dial it back a little bit. So it's starting to come back, and so I might, for me, just thinking about it right now and looking at it, I might delete a couple more layers back and just kind of dial back and re-glitch a couple of areas to see if it works much better. I kind of like how this really exceeded out. So I really wanted to go past that margin and just kind of create that really awesome effect. So that was pretty cool. I really dig it. So we're gonna go save that, and I'm gonna work on it later. So we also have Mark and Nicole. Mark, I worked with Mark at, I used to work at a clothing store called Foreign Exchange, and for Mark also happened to work there after about a year. After I spent about a year, and then he came in on the next year that I on Black Friday, and so he was working over there. So pretty cool guy. And then like this is his girlfriend Nicole, and like by the looks of this picture, it's just so cute. Like this is a cute picture. So we're gonna go fuck it up. Let's go fuck it up. So I don't know. So this is again like me with bad preparation. I don't know their favorite colors. So Mark, if you're watching this, Nicole, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but you know, we're gonna go solely on you know, the color that I've chosen for you. So I kind of like her dress. So we're gonna go take a color of her dress and make that the color of our too dark, but we're gonna get there. So we're gonna just dial it a little back. Yeah. Seems fancy to me. So we're gonna just base it on like the colors that they have. So I kind of like the blue-ish and then the little purplish that they have in the jacket. And of course, we're probably gonna work with the orange and a little bit of like the skin tones that they're gonna have. And so we're gonna try to put that on a gradient map. So we're gonna go get the posterized stuff, and we're gonna go get do that, and then we're gonna go merge it again. So same procedure all the time. Whenever I do this, it's just usually doing all that kind of stuff. I had a predisposed gradient map as I was working through all of these layers. So we already got the blue working on. Let's see how we can add the red. So let me go back to that. Yeah, let's figure out how we can add the red into the whole mix. So that's where the pink is, and so I kind of like where that's going. Yeah, I like going. So we're gonna get this white out, and we're gonna kind of pink their way in. And so things that I would probably even consider is that like on the original image, maybe I would want to take out some of the white parts and then do just that, and then maybe it's just them. Maybe that would work out. But for the interest of all the stuff, and since we're glitching out and I want to see more more rigid rectangular areas. I would just love to have more rectangular stuff too. And I see more people watching, so hi everybody, thank you for watching. I'm really enjoying. I hope you guys are enjoying too. I'm really enjoying just doing this right now. I just do this just cause. So let's see what we can do today. What are we doing today? I would probably, so whenever I'm glitching, and just because I'm doing this really fast, so I don't really usually think about it, but whenever I'm glitching and we're gonna put more thought into this, I grab major areas that I think we would want to have as the focal point, and then everything else I either make it as small as I can or as far out from the original photo as I can. So in this case, Nicole, I would want to make sure that I focus her face on, but I would still want it glitched out in accordance to what we have right now. And so I'm just building, I'm constantly building on what exists from that photo, or what looks like right now, and then I start making more conscious choices from it. So we have Mark, and so I like to make things very ironic too. So like right now, Nicole was technically being carried by Mark, and so Mark pretty much has like much more of the verticality. So in this case, I will drop him down. So it displaces a lot of the photo, which makes that more of a jarring effect, which creates the glitch part. And so from here, you're going to want to figure out like what we would go from there. So I want another major element from here just so we have more of a balance and not, you know, this whole area here just doesn't look like it's taken out of the piece, because it's going to get smaller and smaller as I kind of take out the pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to focus on their shoes. So let's not make it any higher than that, but there we go, just about there. Yeah, so, jeez, that keeps popping out. I don't know why it keeps popping out. Yikes. Let's see. I will probably, you know what, I'm gonna put this on repeat one. Let's do that, because I dig this track. So again, if you haven't followed Forerunner on SoundCloud, or if you haven't followed him on Instagram, please do. He takes amazing shots. He makes these really cool streams. I am really happy to have met him, and he just makes really cool shit. So cool. So again, we have these 3 particular layers. Actually, even right now we have 4 playing with the whole thing. So let's see. Yeah, we have 4, considering that this is another major plot point, but we're gonna not make that what is it? We're not gonna make that there. So let's see. Kind of like this one too. So yeah, we're slowly gonna take that out. We're gonna move a lot of these things.
Hey Charles.
Hey. Got a couple. Hey, who's on my Discord? Oh, it's Lance. Hey, Lance. It's Fonso Gaming dropping in on Discord. Say hi, everybody, or say hi, Lance, to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Can you tell I'm prepared? How's it going, man?
I wanted to get some company. Everything's cool.
Cool.
Doing some extra work, so
Dope.
Sticking around. I can't be on the computer right now, so I was like, why not be a part of it?
All right, I like that. I dig it. So for everybody, Lance is a video game Let's Player on YouTube. Like, he does amazing YouTube stuff. I've done a collab with him where I played Five Nights at Freddy's, which is, you know, whatever. I hate scary. I hate scary games. Like, I can't do scary games to save my life. But I don't know. I love it. You know, fuck off, Lance.
It gives you a feeling you don't get. It gives you a feeling first-person shooters don't really give you.
Yeah, which is peeing my pants.
Exactly.
Yeah. Le poo poo on my pants. Jeez, I just can't fucking deal with it. I really can't. I can't deal with it. It's just too much. Okay, so hold on, I'm just explaining what I'm doing here. So again, like, as you can see that I'm moving a little more of the components as I'm going around in the piece. So like I said, like, smaller areas, and I kind of don't want to do that to Mark right there. Sorry, Mark. So as I'm moving a lot of these things, they're becoming less more important, because they're becoming less and less more representational. So you're able to recognize a lot of these things, and so these would come out more into the foreground. So Yeah. By the way, I'll put Fonso Gaming's like stuff on the description below. So maybe after the stream and all of that, you can go check some of his videos, subscribe to his stuff. He's pretty cool. Huh, Lance? You're cool. I think you're cool. I think you're cool.
I think you're awesome.
Thanks, bro. So.
Stop being friends now.
It's like, alright, we'll stop being friends now, okay? Fuck you, Lance.
Love it.
Alright, so for the interest of time, we're gonna go stick it right here. We're gonna stick it right here. We're gonna pretty much stay in this area right here. So for anybody looking at my art, usually what I would do is I would exaggerate this a little more. Maybe I might even add a little more elements like doing horizontals and just moving them around right there, or so we're just gonna do a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit. So we're just gonna move them around right there, and just so it kind of adds more depth and more movement around the piece as they keep going from there. And so we're gonna stick to that. We're gonna go and try to see what we can do with this piece, which is probably something. So let's see. But yeah, well, what else have you been up to? Do you have any new stuff coming up, Lance? As far as for anybody who wants to watch any of your stuff or all this kind of stuff, all this kind of things.
I was drunk last night.
Oh God.
So
I mean.
Well, Boogeyman. I'm gonna play Boogeyman next week.
Oh no.
And Bendy. It's like a Mickey Mouse game. It's hard. I'm gonna play that too. I forgot what it's called though. Bendy something. I got an email.
Bendy something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh jeez.
The same day, I got an email from Game Jolt saying, "Hey, our game is out." Markiplier plays it 8 hours after.
Damn!
Like, no.
That's fast.
Jesus. All right.
Jeez Louise, man. So, it's
Get to it first.
for anyone wanting to become a game streamer, it's fun. But like that competition though is quick. For 4 eels.
Especially Marky Crew.
For real, bro. I am 4 eels. Let's see. So I'm just messing around with those visuals here. But so I'm trying to add more dimensionality into it. So I'm trying to add more depth into it. Maybe I might even add another one. So I kind of like lighten, and then maybe this would be soft light. So let's see how that works out. Maybe the opposite instead. So, yeah. So, you see how it's making triple, like, it's just triple the amount of trippiness in there. So, and it's adding much more of the contrast. Since I added the lighten, and since I had a gradient map that was black and white, now it's really pushing that effect towards it. So for example, if I made the gradient have more of a red, then we're going to see more of that. So in this case, I think I might want to add a little bit of a orange. Do I want orange? No, we want green. Like around there. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's see. So we also got a little bit of a, probably go for a reddish. Yeah. Or no, let's go for a 5. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with that. Or more of back to, yeah. So I'm starting to not recognize Mark's face just because it's starting to kind of double up on those areas. So we're gonna try and see if we can kind of bring it back a little bit. So there we go. So it kind of looks like I decapitated her, but so for the interest of that, like that's pretty much what it could look like, and so we're gonna go stick with that for now. Just looking at it, it seems a little too drab, and so we might bring the color from the back to be more lighter, and just so it has much more of a contrast compared to all that, maybe a little bit more grayer too. So doing all of that kind of stuff too. We should, Lance, next time we should have like a Photoshop challenge, and so I'd give you an image, and then you give me an image, and then we just both try to fuck it up. I'd be so down. So let's see. Yeah, so making it more into this gray area, just so we can have much more of the contrast working towards it too. And then, so I'm just gonna keep looking at this, and I think I might even go back and like re-glitch these areas, so it usually just revert back. And get those working. But yeah, so Mark, Nicole, if ever you watch this, this is pretty much what I got, but we'll work on this later more too, so I definitely want to get a really good print for you guys, and so I hope you guys like this one. So we have about 20 more minutes left, so we got like 10 minutes for each, and the next piece is right here. So next one up is Algin and Hannah, and they're one of my closest friends too. So I actually got what is it? I hung out with them on Wednesday, and I think we had game night for I think about like 3-4 hours. And so what would have been really cool is if we had like game night during this California rain. The storm in California started yesterday, so it's been raining really hard. So that would have been really cool. Imagine a blackout and all we did was Monopoly all day. We would ruin our friendship forever. Just kidding. So again, we're going to use that predisposed gradient map that I did, but instead add more of a pink vibe to it too, since Hannah's favorite color is pink and Algin's favorite color is blue. So we're going to move that. Going to add more of the pink dimensions in there. The pink dimension. So we might even bump it down to more of a red purple, just so it has more of like that pinkish color to it. So yeah, I'm digging that. So as you can see, even the posterize is starting to kind of not make areas smoother, so we might even dial the posterization a little bit more. So let's see. So it's usually just depending on the quality of the picture. Like for example, with Mark and Nicole's, we're gonna go back to like the original posterized image that we had. So as you can see with Mark and Nicole's, that like you'll see if I dial this up even more, that you'll probably get smoother edges. And so like you can tell like just from this area, I just bumped it down to 2. And so it just went from 10 to 12, and it's already like that kind of started smoothing itself out. So we'll go back to 10. So what I'll end up seeing that it's a face camera, and it's probably coming from a phone. You'll see that there's a lot of rough edges in there, so I'm not sure if I want it at 12 or 10. And primarily I'm focusing in these areas right here, just so we have like a nice smooth transition from the thing. And of course, considering that there's a huge highlight on Hannah's face and like right here on Algin's like cheek, you might want to try and dial that back, or go back to our gradient map and see if we can just dial the highlight. I mean, not like this, but close enough. So let's see. Yeah, because our biggest highlight right now is that shine on the picture, considering that they used the flash, and so we should we should try to do all of that too. And Hannah just said that we should do it in like a blackout, so if any of y'all are free today, let's go do it. So let's see. So we're gonna try and move this up a little bit more, just so I want it much more into just so it kind of looks much more top heavy. I like top heavy things. And so we're gonna move this, and we're gonna try and glitch that out now. So let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's try and bring it up a little bit bigger too. There. So for them, I kind of honestly, I would love to see how it looks like dripping out. So again, we're gonna go back to liquify, and unfortunately you can't see it. So I really need to figure out how I could manage to I could get liquify to work on an OBS, or maybe I need a better capture screen. If you know a really good capture screen, I would really love it if you can recommend me really good capture software from there too. So I was just seeing a couple of areas that we can definitely liquify and make it look like it's starting to really drip out. So I'm just gonna do this super quick. Let's see. So we're gonna move all of that. Hannah looks like she has long hair now, and you'll get to see it in a bit. Algin will look like he has long hair now. Long hair don't care. Just kidding. We'll keep his short hair. So what I would want to do too is that, like, maybe going back into some of the photos again, maybe go back to what I did with the celebrities on my Instagram page, is to completely get rid of the entirety of their face, which is just up until the nose, and just keep the eyes, and you could still tell like the allure and like the happiness that they all share when you do that. So I'm gonna show you an example of what I mean what I mean when I glitch all that. So let me do this real quick. So for the meantime, get to stare at their beautiful faces. Look at that. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. They're so cute. So this is not gonna look as to what I would ideally want as far as doing that, but it kind of just captures the idea of what we're going to try and accomplish here. So we'll stick to this. We'll stick to where this is going. So we're going to click OK, and so it's going to render. So while it's rendering, let me take the time to pretty much like thank you everybody for watching on my stream. I'm really enjoying this. Again, I wish I could be more enthusiastic and loud, but yep, I'm still rocking that coat. And my throat's hurting. So yeah, we're gonna try and see what we can do from there. So it's starting to return the liquefy result, and if you wanted to see more of this too, you can check some of my other videos, and you could check the stream. It should be posting up afterwards too, so share it with your friends, show them like all this shit that I was doing. So yeah, like once it returns out, you get to see how it starts to melt, and I like doing that with the melt. I'll probably open up an example as to what I did with some celebrities and how that worked out, and going with that idea of how it's kind of working from there too. So again, if you have any couple, like for anybody watching, if you have any like couple photos, if you have anything, I'm be doing this all of February, so please send them your way. Send them to my Twitter, send them to my Facebook, send them to my Instagram, send them to my email, send them to, you know, just put a blast note and just say, be like, hey, do my photo. So yeah, oh, so you're seeing it right here now too. So I kind of overstretched it in this area a little bit, so that might not work out to our favor, and we could just go back to liquefy and just kind of address that again. But that's what I'm kind of talking about, is to completely get rid of these facial features right here, kind of make them look like that they're kind of melting like candle wax, and creates this interesting ambiguous area. We might even have the opportunity to grab these and just start meshing them together, so it looks like that as their faces is kind of melting together as it kind of drips down more. So, you know, weird symbolism for love. Weird symbolism for love. So we're gonna go take this because I kind of like where this is going. So we're gonna go stamp that and just see, for the interest of time that we got, see if glitching can even give it some more dimensionality. So we're gonna move those, and so again, for me, as far as like going back to finding major points, is highlighting areas of the face that creates that you would want to create emphasis towards. So for me, it's always eyes, and since you want those to come out, we make those the biggest things that you want to focus on. So how to make that very big is you get that area that you want to focus on, so make those the very big areas, and then these ones you contrast as very small. So you see that I'm selecting smaller and smaller pieces and then just moving them like that. So yeah, so it's starting to create that emphasis. So like we could tell that this is still pretty big, so we're gonna move that area, and we're gonna go do that too, and so on and so forth. So these don't have to be really small cuts at all either, so it just has to be significantly smaller than anything that precedes that. So even just here, we don't have to necessarily remove any of the elements. These just need to be very small. There we go. And then to stretch that out even further, we're gonna make this very exaggerated. So sort of like that. And so this is still pretty much a big focus, so we're gonna try and dial this a little bit. So we're gonna move that there, and then we're gonna move this there, and then it's like solving a puzzle. But instead of solving the puzzle so you get a complete image, you fuck up the puzzle until you get a fucked up image. So let's see. We're gonna keep moving along here. So, and then of course, since this is just very horizontal, I would want to see how verticals work too. So to make a division between these areas and that area, we divide this area too. So now it creates this division right here just because of the different value ranges that it's creating. It's starting to make it very non-representational, but it's making the division you would need enough to recapture that, like, this is a separate area, this is a separate area. We're going to do that in by Algin's area too. So let's move that all the way there. So yeah, it's creating a lot of those pieces, but they're starting to look very similar together over here too. So we might even not have to reselect areas that are huge. Like you can see that I usually select the whole image and then drag it down, but maybe we just want to select it right here, and then that area just kind of glitches out together too. So I don't like how that's going, so I might re-glitch that, but I want to see how filters work if I just added things to overlay it with. We might even put it in the background just so it doesn't completely take away from the glitchiness of the image. Or what we might do is bring it back up and see how that's working out. So we might even do a lighten. Lighten kind of takes out their eyes a bit, and so but even if I just moved it right here, and find a space where you can find even just one eye, like right there, or doing all that right there, you're already reaching some sense of visual interest. So we might do the darken one just because I like how if I moved it here, then it creates an interesting work of there. It's too dark, but yeah, it's too dark. So it's a matter of finding the proper placement for this. So it might be that one. So for me, I kind of like how the lighten works out, just because I liked it in this spot right here, and then just kind of dial this back a little bit so we can get that to not be so strong, but enough for you to recognize all that too. So just looking at it right now, I want to figure out how to adjust this like strong piece right here. Of course, we're gonna go fix that area right there, and maybe even not work with a glitch and just go with something along the lines of getting their image again, the one that we liquefied, and go and give that the filter instead and go from there. So a couple things to think about. So Hannah, if you see this, or Algin, if you see this, let me know what you think. We're still gonna work on this together, so we're gonna try and figure out how that works out. So and we'll probably figure out colors too. So like another thing is that like that color in the background just isn't working with the overall theme of things too. So maybe a purple, a little too drab, maybe a red purple, and then just kind of gray it out. So exploring color will also be another thing, but that yellow just wasn't, doing all this it wasn't working out for what we needed to accomplish there. So maybe even the blue kind of looks like, now they're both nurses and Hannah is a nurse, so no, let's not make that too medical, but we're gonna save this for now. And so let's save it with a nice color. Let's save that with a nice color. Yeah, there we go. So lastly, it's me and my girlfriend, Jennifer. So Jennifer, if you're seeing this, I'm not sorry. Again, she hated me on the last one, and this is probably why I'd reached up to this. So I proposed the idea that since I'm gonna be keep posting embarrassing photos of myself, that for Valentine's Day I convinced her to go grab a handful of pink paint, and just to slap me across the face, for the sake of art, just for art's sake. But of course, she used it as an opportunity to be like, well, any reason to go slap you in the face is a good opportunity. I'm like, wow, I love you too. Okay. So we have this photo, and we're definitely going to work with that too. Also, if you haven't noticed too, that some of them will have different types of typefaces, and so I'm also, as a graphic designer, trying to figure out what works as a typeface and what works to capture their personalities. And so like for Algin and Hannah, for example, I actually kind of want to go back and grab these letters, or maybe even take it to Illustrator and mess them around and move them around so it kind of looks like more akin to Animal Crossing. So yeah, so or maybe even for Cal and Pat, how like it's very glitchy and doing all that. They like watching a lot of videos and video game stuff together, so I try to make it as more 8-bit. Nicole and Mark, I remember like the Supreme logo, and I remember Mark just having more of this urban look, and so really want to kind of capture all that too. So again, we'll work with that, with all of the different stuff, and then you'll get to see them more on social, and then we've been doing that from here. But for here, the typeface I chose was called, or like it's pretty much just more handwritten. I tried to see if I can find handwritten fonts. I actually tried writing it myself, and then see if I could do it from there. So how I judge our relationship is basically I'm the 7-year-old and she's the 5-year-old, and so I tried to find something that was close to where the wild things are. And so yeah, very kitty, really like that. So we're gonna go copy this again, and so we only have 7 minutes, and so we're gonna try to do this as fast as we can. Oh yeah. So her favorite color is pink, my favorite color is green. Let's see how that works out. I don't know if that works out at all, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So let's do green. See how fast I'm working with this. Let's see, pink. Okay, I mean, we don't really need to like put the pink in there just because there's already pink on my face, but we're gonna do it anyways, because you know I love her. This is still not a reason for you to slap me across the face. By the way, if you would love to see any more of me getting slapped across the face, just wait for President's Day, because I lost a bet. So, you know, life. Let's see. So let's go back to this, and let's go put this on a white. Yeah, not that way. It's this way. This way. So that green might be a little too drab, so we might have to go back and do more of forest green. Forest green, by the way, is my favorite. So I love forest green. It reminds me of pine trees back in my hometown city in the Philippines. So, yeah, no, I missed that. And the fact that it was raining this whole time in California, like just yesterday and again today, makes me miss it even more. Like, so if any of my peeps are watching, thank you. And also I miss you, so please message me. I miss you. I miss your face. I miss your face. So we got that, and I was just working with compound colors, so maybe I just end up choosing the orange, and so we'll probably figure this out as we go. So let's see how we can make this work. Okay. Making no promises, but we're gonna try to make this work. Let's see. So we're gonna make sure that I am one of the focal points. I'm gonna take out the image at the bottom there. We're gonna make sure that Jen is a focal point. We're gonna move that right there. So, and then we're gonna make her hand a focal point, because why not? Okay. So we're gonna glitch a little bit of that. Glitch a little bit of that. So again, it's just working with turning a lot of these elements smaller and smaller, so we get a distinction between areas. So let's see if we can just move it right there, so we can get more of a distinction there. And then let's move this area, so we get a distinction here. So it's constant moving, constant back and forth, and if you don't like certain things that it's not working out, then you just, you know, take them off. It's just, you know, there's no mistakes in making a lot of these and glitch art at all. Like, it's just making stuff work. For me, I'd like to do it more manually. A lot of people usually do automated glitch software, or they use other filters on Photoshop, or you can even code an image to glitch by itself, and I think those are pretty cool. Like, those are at its randomness and everything too. But for me, I like to control things manually, just because I like to see a certain visual interest try to be more executed successfully, as opposed to like getting it by chance. And so, I mean, I'll have an app on my phone called Glitch, which does those automation glitch work. Which ends up pretty cool sometimes, but for me, like, the more control I have over a piece, the more and more I get to understand like what is the overall focus that I want to get, and what do I want to glitch, or in this case, like what could I even drip as far as all that. So I'm seeing certain areas already that I would want to drip out just by doing this too. So we're going to do that. We're going to extend a little bit of time just so you can kind of see it more too. So we're going to move a lot of this stuff right there and this stuff right here too. Yeah, so one more. Okay, so I might want to glitch this even more, but again, like for the interest of time, we're going to go do that. And then lastly, we're just going to add a liquefy. Or actually, before that, I should probably copy the image first. Just again, so like you're trying your best whenever you're doing Photoshop to make sure that if ever you do make mistakes and doing all of that, there is a history window to where like you can just retrace your steps back and try to reaccomplish what you're trying to do. But to make it quicker, because you want to be able to do this a lot quicker, what I recommend is really actually, you know what, hold on. So yeah, what I would recommend is just making a lot of copies of layers and then figuring out like what works out from there and what doesn't. So when you're done and you're starting to prepare the material up for print, all you would need to do is either flatten the image out, or you just delete the layers that you don't need and are no longer needed for the overall composition of the piece, and just take them out. It's easier to delete that. It's just one button than trying to go on your history thing and you're like, oh my god, what the fuck did I do? Do you love me yet? Do you guys still wanna watch this? So what I'm trying to accomplish right now is trying to figure out if before I even work with the overall piece, I want to find out if I can find a filter that can work out for what we need to do. So I kind of like that. It's really cool, but it's not bringing out any of the our facial features, especially on gens. So we might want to, so we might want to actually bring these levels to the original photo that we just glitched out, and then bring out a contrast a little bit, and then even work with curves where I'm not sure if it's showing on my if it's showing on my screen, but there's different types of like adjustment layers that you can do, and so you can use curves or levels to just kind of make it work out. So as you can see, as I'm moving a lot of the parts of the screen here, and you can see it, it's just kind of moving up and down. So we don't want it too bright, but we don't want it too drab. So maybe I might even just go back and fix out her area right here so it doesn't look too dark. But and then of course we can even do a brightness and contrast, just so I can bring the contrast out. Maybe put that on that top right here. So yeah, so we got that, and now we're gonna try and liquefy. So let's do this together. Okay, so we're just gonna try and liquefy these results and see what we can get, and then we're just gonna finish up the stream from here. So yay! Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching all of this too, and I'll be doing more of this next week and in the weeks to come. So if you have a suggestion of what I should do next week, other than coupley photos, please put it in the comments below. Do any of that. Suggest them on my Twitter, suggest them on my Facebook and Instagram, and I'll see if I can just make those for you. And we're just gonna have fun. Like, that's all I'm really doing this for. Not really trying to do this for getting any followers or anything. I'm just doing this for fun. So let's drag. And so right now I'm back to liquefy. I'm dragging areas that I'm doing. So you can see a little bit of what I was trying to think about as I was going for this. So let's see. Yeah, I look like an elephant. You'll see. So we're also dragging Jen's face. She looks like an elephant. Wow, she's a cute elephant. God, you're so cute. Okay, I'm being gushy. Jennifer, again, if you're watching this, I'm not sorry. So let's glitch a little bit of my hair because my hair is ugly. My hair is super ugly. Let's not do that there. And so I'm just glitching as fast as I can, just so you can kind of get to see the effect of doing again. So again, like, it's similar to what we had earlier, and so, but since the nature of this piece is a little bit different, I would want you to see a little bit of this, just because it looks pretty cool. So let's press OK. And so my arm is missing. My arms are missing. It's just hers. So we wanted to make sure that we emphasize her arm, to know that I got slapped in the face with pink paint by her arm, and so she's really cute about that. The fact that she consciously tried to do that with a photo, and so I'm proud of her. She's so cute. So again, thank you guys for watching. I'm glad you guys are liking all of the stuff right here too. So Hannah, thank you. Fonso, thank you, and anybody else, thank you for joining me today. And so we're gonna do all of that. So yay, there you go. It finished out. So again, look, I look like an elephant. And then Jen just kind of looks like, I don't know what happened. Big elephant, cute elephant, still a cute elephant, but you know, elephant nonetheless, weird elephant nonetheless. So going back to all of these things, I might want to go and see what would happen if I added more filters. So again, like, it's just a lot of trial and error to figure out like what I would do. So this is kind of cool looking, and maybe even another one, but this time lighten, yeah, and then take that to the back. So again, like, you know, you don't want, I consciously made sure that I didn't take out certain areas or liquefy certain areas for specifically this kind of reason. Like, it creates a lot of contrast between geometric, curvilinear, and, you know, like, very curvy. You know, the drips are so like drippy and curvy that you want to make sure the distinction. So like, even as we lighten up and color dodge the whole thing, you can still see the curvature of my head at the back. You can still see like Jen's curvature right here. Working as it goes from there too. So we might even, let's see if we can just do the levels of this particular part. So I want to adjust, making sure that, oh, not you making sure that we know that this is the front. So I'm going to adjust the layers from there, and then making sure that we know that this is a whole different scheme. Maybe we might want to just add a different gradient to that. So maybe black and white, or maybe more back, or maybe even back to that original gradient that suggests that this is pink and, you know, pink and green. So let's see. Yeah, something like that. And then I think I'm not liking that orange, and so we might just do green instead. But not that kind of green, because that green looks terrible. So again, it's just a bunch of me messing with colors and see what I can go from there too. So see what we can get from there. Just kind of doing this for visual sake. Yeah, so that would be like a pretty fair color. So from there, if I did choose green, I want to bring more of the pinks out. So I would want to make sure that any pink that I can get out here as much as possible, I will. I'll squeeze the pink out of it. So we want to be able to do that. We might even want to move the whole piece as we do all that, because it's not looking pretty balanced in the whole area. So we might just want to move it like right around here, and so see where that takes us. I kind of like that. It's pretty cool. So again, for a lot of these things, for a lot of these different pieces, and you can see that they're all different, have their own flavors, and I just want to make sure that I keep them in the same format as I do. You know, all different couple styles, doing all of this too. Maybe I might want something consistent as I work with them. Maybe that might end up happening, or maybe they might end up looking different as we go too. So as you can see from here too. So we'll work with all of those things. We'll see the different colors, and you'll get to see them on my social. I'll post these ones, and then I'll post the ones that a lot of the other people have suggested as far as colors are concerned, as far as what they like seeing, and we'll just work from there. So again, thank you for watching. I really enjoyed working this with you guys, and maybe next week we'll do something exciting. So again, if you have any ideas, if you have a photo that you want me to Photoshop, and we'll see what you can just do with it, we'll go and do that. So thanks again. I'll see you guys later. Bye.